Once again, Jensen and Fayen, row number 1. Latour and Toll, row number 2. Wickhorst and Latour, row number 3. Peterson and Walker, row number 4. Green flag is out.
Jensen with a tough break. Excuse me. Jensen with a tough break. He's going to fall back to 4th. Joe Fayen, Michael Toll, and Melissa Latour, your top 3 at the moment.
Oh my!
That's Ray
God.
Harrington. Ray Harrington's upside down.
Ray Harrington upside down. That's going to bring out the red flag.
It looked like he had whacked that backstretch fence there. Yeah.
Man, that is a scary spot. Ray up on his lid. 4 quarters, fire and safety crew on the scene, making sure Ray is okay. And the Auto Connection tow crew also arriving to assist to get that number 70 machine back on its, back on all fours. Green flag is out. Joe Fayen with a great start heading into turn number 1. Oh, another car goes over. Michael Toll going for a big flip in turns 1 and 2. Red flag is back out. I actually saw that one develop, and
That was
Jason, I saw Justin Jensen, that car just kind of broke loose. He slid up the racetrack, and Michael Toll was right there. TV friends, once again, make sure you're at eagleraceway.tv. Yeah, going into turn 1, and Jansen just slides up right rear into Jansen's right rear into Toll's right rear, and that you don't see a car react a lot like that, where it just all of a sudden Toll's back end just seemed to maybe right rear dug into the ground, and then he just started flipping.
He is coming out of the car.
Man, that was a hard roll. And really, again, you know, we're going to the well here again, Stu. Let's just bring
I
up
don't
every
do it
time.
often, but when I do, it's normally big.
And it's
that
more,
was for sure big. I'm glad to see him get out on top of that thing.
And it's about the way that the car hits the ground. I mean, and that sounds obvious, but if it's a gentle, just kind of somersaulting roll, but Michael just really got some air and came down hard on the surface. Yellow flag will come off. We're going to go green. 15 laps once again. Top 4 moving on. And they have cut it to 10 laps now. So 10 laps for 4 cars to move on to the beat feature.
Let's keep all 4 tires on the ground as we pound the ground. Joe Fayen with the early advantage, coming back to this 4 wide off of turn number 2 for that 3rd and 4th spot. A lot of contact going down that back straightaway. Preston Wickhorst got the tough end of that situation.
Joe Fayen's going to lead lap number 1. With Braden Latour holding on to that 2nd spot. Trevor Noonan looking to the inside of Melissa Latour, and a little bit of contact there. But when Melissa does the right thing, she lifts. Noonan able to get that car back underneath him. He'll hold on to the 3rd spot as they come out of turn number 4.
Battle for 4th and 5th between Latour and the old number 7 machine.
Oh, car route. Preston Wickhorst and Bryce Walker get together. We're still green. Preston trying to get it off the racetrack. He does. Good job, Preston. We stay.
Just in time.
We stay.
Clean and green.
Clean and green as we got a battle continuing for that 2nd spot. Braden Latour had it. Trevor Noonan, a man on the move. He's going to take over the 2nd spot. Bryce Walker going around again in 1 and 2. He went around on his own. He is off the racetrack. And we stay green again. 6 laps now, 5.5 as Joe Fayen takes it into turn, out of turn number 4.
A lot of guys finding some slip of the grip over there in turn 2. Joe Fayen out to a half a straightaway advantage over Trevor Noonan.
Yellow coming out, possibly debris. Okay, so they're getting a push truck out there for the turns 3 and 4 look absolutely gorgeous. That's going to be where a lot of the drivers are going to take advantage of that perfect track situation to try to gain as many positions. Trevor Noonan has been reeling in Joe Fay, and now he is there thanks to this restart, and we're going to see what Noonan can do.
All right, green flag back out. Joe Fayen's monster advantage is gone now as Noonan looks to the low side to mount a challenge. Fayen's going to hang on to the advantage down the back straightaway. Good battle going on, shaping up for that third spot. Coming off a 3 and 4, your battle for the lead was going to heat up there for just a second.
Devin Peterson has moved up into that third spot. He's gotten by Braylon Latour. Now he's trying to reel in the 66 of Trevor Noonan. Car around again. Jordan Krug having some grip issues, and he is pulling right into the middle of the racetrack. That is not, whoa, that is not advised. Happy anniversary, you two. Aw, and a kiss to boot. God bless you, Melinda.
All right, once they pick up the green flag, there's going to be 4 laps remaining in this C feature. Joe Fayen looking to hang on to that number 1 spot, but he's got a fierce field of cars behind him.
Joe Fayen, Trevor Noonan, and Devin Peterson. That's your top 3. Braden Latour holding on to the 4th spot, and Melissa Latour in 5th. Noonan looking to the inside of Fayen. Fayen slides up the racetrack into turn number 2. He's able to get away. Fayen holding on to the lead. In fact, he might have added to it. 2 laps left to go. James, flags are up in the air. Cross sticks.
Devin Peterson with a strong challenge on that low line. Trevor Noonan tries to make the high line work up there in the marbles, and it's going to work out well for him this time. Peterson charges low once again through 3 and 4. I don't know if anybody's got anything for Joe Fayen, but they do continue to close in as there's 1 lap remaining. Joe Fayen with the advantage. Trevor Noonan strong off of turn number 2. Devin Peterson may be just a little bit stronger. Noonan with the advantage into 3 and 4. Caden Murray's got the checkered flag in hand for Joe Fayen in the 25 machine. Trevor Noonan going to hang on to that 2nd spot. Devin Peterson bringing it home in 3rd. After the checkered, Noonan gets a little bit loose through 1 there.
So we're going to go right into our Sportmod B feature presented by Avid Realty. Once again, your top 4 cars moving on out of the C into the B. Joe Fayen, Trevor Noonan, Devin Peterson, and Braden Latour.
Setting them up through turn number 3, top 4, moving on to your main event. Preston Whitney jumping out into the early lead. Strong advantage, but look at Jacob Swanson making that bottom line work. Whitney got it a little bit too high. It's going to cost him dearly as he falls back to 5th. Jake Swanson leading him down through turn 3 and 4. 193 machine holding down that 2nd position. Matt Andrews, another man on the move as he gets around to Arbogast through 2. Arbogast with that Ford power plant between the frame rails.
Oh, wow. 97 of
Mark Sadoff. Good save for the 97 machine. Jacob Swanson, another one of those guys out here on a good Sunday drive, but it's not going to last.
Caution waves, but we were able to get a lap in. Boy, what a big move by Matt Andrews, picking up several spots on the opening lap. Are we going single file? Looks like we are going to go single file.
Single file with Swanson, Taylor, not Dan, Andrews, Arbogast, and Whitney. Swanson going to hang on to that low line for dear life. Here goes Matt Andrews trying to get around Josiah Taylor. Taylor's going to have the advantage sticking to the high line through 3 and 4. Matt Andrews really trying to make that low line work. It's not going to happen that time. Preston Whitney, Ryan Arbogast, and Matt Andrews. AJ Oaks, trouble for the 26 machine, takes it infield side as we've got a good 3-wide battle for second, third, and fourth. That kind of gets split up there just a little bit through 3 and 4. Matt Andrews still looking on the low line, trying to get around Josiah Taylor. Meanwhile, Jake Swanson continues to lead. We got one around over in turn 2. Looks like he's going to get out of the way. We're going to stay clean and green as Matt Andrews continues to mount that challenge on Josiah Taylor. Looks like a solid run for Matt Andrews out of 2. He's going to get around Taylor, close that spot off as Arbogast begins to close in on that 4th spot. Swanson, Andrews, Taylor, Arbogast, Whitney. Check out Devin Peterson making some strong moves out of that C feature as he battles for the 6th spot between Trevor Noonan Ryan Arbogast working hard on Josiah Taylor on the low line. Taylor sticks it up high. Strong run through 3 and 4 from Ryan Arbogast. He's going to seal up that 3rd spot. Oh, coming down the front straightaway. Taylor's not quite ready to give up yet. Ryan Arbogast a little slippery off of turn 2. That may end up costing him, but in the meantime, he's still got that 3rd spot held down. That's going to bring your battle back to 4th place, and it's 3 wide off of turn 4.
Jacob Swanson, again, we talked about.
Josiah Taylor, tough break. Oh, we've also got one over in turn 1, nosed in. Is that Devin Peterson?
No,
that's Trevor Kropp.
Yeah.
Tough break for Trevor Kropp, just couldn't get her fired back off. That's going to bring us under the yellow.
Putting on a little bit of a show. Trevor Noonan, right now, the last transfer in the final transfer spot. We'll keep an eye on that bubble race.
All right, race fans, green flag back out. 7 big laps to go for Jacob Swanson, Matt Andrews, Ryan Arbogast, Trevor Noonan. Trevor Noonan looking a little feisty. One of those C-feature transfer cars really fighting to keep this drive alive. Oh, look out. We got a battle for the lead. Jake Swanson's going to hang on to it, but he's got a hard charging 22 of Matt Andrews running that high line. Arbogast is going to take the high line along with Andrews. They exit a bit lower down the back straightaway. Who's got something for Swanson? Matt Andrews looking strong on the low side out of turn number 4. Swanson carries that momentum from the high line and leads another one.
Swanson definitely making that high side work in 3 and 4. He goes low in 1 and 2. Just don't scream like that. Caution out again. We got 2 cars together in turns 1 and 2. Looks like it is Mark Sadoff.
Drop yourself 2. Going to be a 5-lap dead heat to the finish of this one, and then it's going to be feature time.
Oh, yeah. By the way, last call for your 50-50.
Last call for your 50-50, benefiting 4 Corners Fire and Safety. Open up your hearts, open up your wallet. Caden Murray's going to open up this racetrack for green flag action. We got them 3 wide down the back stretch, Dan.
This is a fantastic B feature. Battle for the race lead, battle for the final transfer spot. Swanson holds on to the lead. Andrews works low again. Arbogast goes high in 1 and 2. Diamonds off the corner, gets a huge run. Ryan Arbogast up to 2nd spot. He's looking for more. Swanson's in his way.
Whoa!
Arbogast gives him the bump. Andrews makes contact with the tire. He loses several spots.
Matt Andrews is going to be one unhappy camper in that 22 machine. Tough break for him. Meanwhile, out front, Jacob Swanson hanging on. Had a little bit of bump with Arbogast. This is going to get really interesting. Jacob Swanson, Ryan Arbogast, Devin Peterson. And where did Sean Pospischel come from?
Pospischel took advantage of Trevor Noonan going a little bit too high in 3 and 4. Pospischel in the final transfer spot now. White flags out. Final time for Jacob Swanson.
Jacob Swanson, Ryan Arbogast. Look at Devin Peterson taking it down on the low side. What's he got for him? tight battle for second spot. Here comes Sean Pospischel trying to get his nose into it too, as the checkered flag is going to fly off of turn number 4 for the 31S machine. Jacob Swanson, Ryan Arbogast brings it home second, Devin Peterson third, and your fourth and final transfer goes to the 6SJ of Sean Pospischel.
Well, I bet Theron is over there just celebrating in VIP. Sean comes from inside row number 4 to take over the final transfer spot. Once again, moving up into the Sportmod A feature, 31S of Jacob Swanson, the 2 of Ryan Arbogast, the 5D of Devin Peterson, who was a C feature transfer. In your final one, the 6SJ of Sean Pospischel.
This time by race fans, let's get up, shake the wrinkles out of your drawers, as the old roaring rebel Roy McCain would say. Give them a wave. This is your Avid Realty Sport Modified Parade Lap. This time by out of turn 4, here we go. A feature action for your Avid Realty Sport Modifieds. Whole herd of good-looking sport mods down and around here. Lance Borgman checking out with that early lead with a herd coming behind him. On a scout and hangs on to the third spot as Tyler Nayrud gets second. 3 wide for that second spot. Derek Hall poking his nose in for this battle. Got one around in turn 2. Oh, is that Devin Peterson?
That is the 5D of Devin Peterson. Good eyes.
You know, I was kind of worried about my eyes on that one. When they get to a certain angle and you can't read the door number, I guess I've just seen Devin's car enough to know.
And if we get another caution, we'll send it down to Terry, and he'll get an interview with our second and third place drivers.
And fourth, too, if time allows.
Oh, yeah.
All right, green flag coming back out on this one. Top 4 looking like this as of right now. Lance Borgman, Tyler Nayrud with a strong challenge from On a Scout, and Derek Hall rounds out the top 4. Adam Verbke top 5. We got soon to be a battle of 2 7s for that 5th spot as Lee Horkey tries to make it interesting.
Lance Borgman, Tyler Nayrud, Derek Hall, On a Scout, and in your top 5 looks like Lee Horkey's going to have it going into turn number 3, but he's got a challenge underneath, and he's now going 3 wide as Adam Armstrong making his move.
Great move, threading the needle from Armstrong, and he's going to go right back up to that middle line. 6A machine really liking that.
That middle groove.
No stopping for Lee Horkey. Really putting the horsepower down on this number 7 machine as he takes the 4th spot away. Anna fell back a little bit, gave that 3rd spot to the 44D of Derek Hall. Now your battle going on for 5th. Lee Horkey's going to get it. Armstrong sticking with the middle. Scouten's going to hang on off of turn 4. Armstrong continues the battle down the straightaway. Now it falls back. Scouten seals the spot, and your battle goes back to Armstrong and Horkey.
Now they're 3 wide in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Top 2 cars just not able to carry the momentum through the corner like Anna is able to get the grip off the corner, and she's going to pull away out of turn number 2 as Lee Horkey settles into that 5th spot.
We're seeing some great racing back there around that 5th spot as we've got a race for the lead shaping up. Lance Borgman hanging on to it for right now, but Tyler Nayrud hot on his heels. Nayrud really liking that high line. Might have slipped it a little too high that time. Borgman's going to have the advantage down the backstretch. Let's see how Nayrud's going to set it up through 3 and 4. Still sticking right along that cushion line. Strong momentum off of 4. Give the spot to Borgman. Nayrud's going to try it again with that Armstrong center line. Not quite enough this time, but he continues that 1 to 2 car length advantage. Does Lance Borgman. Let's go back and check up on your battle for 4th now. Derek Hall's going to hang on to that 3rd spot. Lee Horkey's got her settled into 5th.
No! Debris coming off. I think that was Lee Horkey's car.
Oh, tough break.
4 corners. Just And they are going to call the caution.
First caution of the year for Jacques Debris.
We're going to be taking next weekend off. We'll be back on the 14th and 15th for the Auto Transmatic Icebreaker Challenge. Here we go. Green flags back out.
Nayrud not wasting any time trying to get the jump, headed down there into one. Lance Borkman's going to have it. Derek Hall now makes a challenge on the low line for that second spot. Nayrud's going to hang on to it as they roll into turn 3. Nayrud with a strong run right to the bumper of Borkman. Little slip through 4 is going to take that right away.
He got just a little bit too high. Hall's going to try to take advantage of it. Hall digs into the inside line. That had to slow him down. Now here comes Armstrong and Horky.
Yeah, the battle for 4th and 5th really caught up to the battle for 2nd and 3rd real quick. Nayrud and Hall continue to battle as they go into one. Give the spot to Nayrud. He's going to try the low line for a couple of laps here.
Horky's got a big run on the outside down the backstretch. He'll take over the 3rd spot.
He's bringing Armstrong right along with him. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
He's going to go back to the high side. Hall's going to work that middle groove. Horky's going to get the run up turn number 4. Lee Horky up to the 3rd spot for now.
Hall's going to mount a challenge on the bottom side. Lee Horky with the momentum off the top side. Armstrong still keeping on to that battle as well. Armstrong really liking that low line through 3 and 4. Hall is content to stay in the middle, but it's going to cost him this time as Armstrong has the advantage down the front stretch.
Lance Borgman pulling away early on this restart. We saw later in the run, car around turn 2. Looks like he's in the infield. Is that Brandon Spanger? It is.
Tough break for the 19XX machine. After a strong year last year, picking up a couple of track championships. Let's see if we can see anything on that 19XX. Might have just been a little bit of a racing incident. Nothing looks low.
Great battle for the 3rd spot. Armstrong and Horky going at it. Armstrong working the inside, Horky working the outside. You know, early on in this race, we were talking about the low side was really where it was. Stu, I think that high side's starting to come in.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to come in down here in 3 and 4. And even in 1 and 2, if you can get through the entrance of 1 to where you miss that hole and don't upset the car, you can really get a nice run off of 2.
Lee Horky starting to reel in. Tyler Nayrud, last time by, Horky was about a 10th faster. This time by, 2/10 faster for Lee Horky. So Borgman, Nayrud, Horky, Armstrong, and Verbka, that's your top 5.
Great runs for all these guys. Lance Borkman out here putting on a clinic. Nayrud hanging on to that 2nd spot. Armstrong slowly creeping back up on the 7 machine of Horky. He's going to try it on the low line. We're going to have a good race going down the backstretch. Give the bumper to Armstrong. Armstrong making the low line work. He's going to slide a little too high. Oh, with the crossover back down. Give the spot to Horky.
I think they call that a full send.
That was a full send.
Armstrong's going to try to diamond off that turn number 2. He's kind of started to make it work the last couple of laps. That's how he was able to reel in Horky. Now he's got to figure out when he can do it again. Horky may have jumped the cush. He slows down a little bit. They're side by side at the line going into turn 1. Slide job by Armstrong. Horky crosses him over. We got a battle down the back stretch.
Excellent battle down the back straightaway between Armstrong and Horky. Armstrong's going to have the advantage through 3 and 4. Give the spot to Armstrong, but with those two playing back and forth with these slide jobs, it's really given Adam Verbka a chance to start closing in on that battle as he begins to go bumper to bumper with Lee Horky. Horky with the advantage down the backstretch. Verbka's going to try to dive it in a little bit lower. Give the spot to Horky off the high side, but keep your eyes peeled on that 7B machine of Verbka.
Lance Borgman starting to catch up to lap traffic. Last time by, holy cow, Adam Armstrong just ran a 16.7 while everyone else is about mid-17s. Adam Armstrong is a man on the move. And he's starting to reel in Tyler Nayrud, but the laps are winding down as Lance Borgman is starting to battle the lap traffic going into 3.
All right, look out for Lance Borgman taking Caden Murray's white flag. 1 lap remaining in this Sportmod feature for your leader, Lance Borgman. Let's see how these battles keep going. Adam Verbka on the low side tries to get around Horky. good advantage, but Horky with the momentum down the backside, coming through turn 3 and 4, and under Caden Murray's checkered flag. Give it up for the 76 machine of Lance Borgman.
Bringing it home in the second spot, the 5T of Tyler Narrett. In third, the 6A of Adam Armstrong. In fourth, the 7 of Lee Horky. And your top 5 finisher will be the 7V of Adam Verbka.
Tough break for Mary Hahn, getting the spin cycle down there in turn 4 on the final lap.
Quick note, everybody, the late model tech was all good. Late model tech was all good.
Terry's got our interview with our Sport Modified winner, Lance Borgman.
Lance, great race. What do you think?
Well, pretty happy where we are right now.
What else do you expect, right? What did you expect coming into the race tonight?
Just always come out, just try to get a top 4 every night, and then if we win, it's definitely a bonus.
Well, you got more than top 4. Congratulations on your first place finish.